Hey Pre-K, Miss Foreman here with a really fun book today. Today's book is called Where the Wild Things Are. And this story is written by and illustrated by Maurice Sendak. That means he wrote the words and he drew the pictures. I love this book because it reminds me of a little boy that lives in my house, except for his name is not Max like the main character. We're going to see him in a minute. His name is Gabriel. So let's read Where the Wild Things Are. Oh, I see the little boy right there. And I see some wild things. Oh, there's Max. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. Look at him. He is nailing nails in the wall. I don't think his mama's going to like that. And another. Now look what he's doing. He's chasing the dog with a fork. Ooh, that is not good. His mother called him Wild Thing. And Max said, I'll eat you up. So he was sent to bed without eating anything. So his mama said, I'm not putting up with that. You're going to your room. So there he is in his room all by himself. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. Now, do you really believe that a forest grew in Max's room? No, I think he's using his imagination. He's probably pretending that it did. And grew. Oh, it's getting so much better now. Lots of trees. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. So now he's on a boat going somewhere. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. I see a wild thing right there. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars. Let me hear your terrible roar. Roar. And gnash their terrible teeth. Let me see your terrible teeth. And roll their terrible eyes. I have a good way to roll my eyes. Roll your eyes like me. And showed their terrible claws. Let me see your claws. Till Max said, be still. And tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened. And they called him the most wild thing of all. And made him the king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Oh, there they are, howling at the moon. You see the moon at the top? See the moon right there? I think they're up past their bedtime. And hanging and swinging from the trees. That does look like a lot of fun. And now they're on a parade, walking through the jungle. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away, across the world, he smelled some good things to eat. So he gave up being the king of all where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so. And Max said, No. The wild things roared their terrible roars. Let me hear your roars. And gnashed their terrible teeth. Show me your terrible teeth. And rolled their terrible eyes. Roll your eyes. And showed their terrible claws. Let me see those claws. Oh, so scary. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. So there he goes. They tried to get him to stay, but he said no thanks. He's gone. And sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks and through a day, and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. Who do you think brought Max's supper? I think his mama did. I think she decided it was okay for him to have it since he was behaving in his room. And it was still hot. And that is the end of the story. I like to use my imagination like Max does. Sometimes I like to imagine that I'm fighting monsters, but I've never tried to be part of a monster crew or been a wild thing. That was a fun book. Thank you so much for sharing it with me today. I hope to see you tomorrow for a new book. See you later, Pre-K. Love you. Bye.